Hi, I'm Bob with Quilters Headquarters in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And I'm just going to do a real quick video on the Sparrow X2. Not the first one, Sparrow X, but the Sparrow X2 by Eversone. And when you do the embroidery, I have discovered there's something that you need to do that's very important or you will have issues. And that is on the default tension. The machine is set up to default tension at 4.0, and it's a perfect tension using it as a sewing machine. And as an embroidery machine, the 4.0 does not work. You're going to get broke threads and you're going to get broken needles. So that needs to be changed. So I'm going to quickly show you what you need to do every time you go into the embroidery mode. And before you start doing your sew out on your design, you need to change that default tension. What I find the optimal default tension is 1.5 to 2.0. I find that you can go as high as 2.5 tension, but do not go any higher than that or you will have issues. Okay, so I'm going to swing the camera over to the machine, and then I will show you how to change the default real quickly. I don't have the embroidery unit attached. It's in the sewing mode, but it doesn't matter. You'll get the idea how it works. So I'm going to turn the machine on. And when it's in the embroidery mode, you'll have the PP and you'll go through all of that. We're not going to cover that today. It doesn't matter. But this button right here is the mode button that moves these into what, this is your stitch width, stitch length, and this is tension. So you want to push this button till you get to that, okay, when you're in the embroidery mode, and it'll say 4.0. So I'm going to expand this up for you can see that a little bit better. Now that should show up as 4.0 hopefully, not backwards. So anyways, you have 4.0. You want to change your tension. And because it's in the sewing mode, it doesn't let me drop all the ways to 2.0 and 1.5. But in the embroidery mode it will. And so, but you do not want to go any higher than 2.5 in embroidery mode. 2.0 and 1.5 is your perfect tension. I also have found that I even get a better sew out if I buy a second bobbin case. That's if I'm using the machine as a sewing machine and an embroidery unit. I've been finding most people that buy the machines from me just use it for embroidery, so they don't need to buy a second one. But you can get a second one of these, and see that yellow, that screw, that loosens it up. If you go 1/8 of a turn out, and then you can, on the back of it, you could write the letter E for embroidery. If you do that, you will and loosen up your bobbin tension a little bit and run this at 2.0 and 1.5, you're going to find a really beautiful embroidery. You will have absolutely no issues. And so I am going to show you an example of a sew out on the back. So I sewed this out. Let's try to move this back. There you go. So I sewed this out on it, right? Now look at the back. You see I have a lot of my top thread in the back. And usually you only want to see 1/3. You know, a nice tension is a 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. Of course you don't see that. So then I just didn't, I changed my bobbin case tension, and I just use that just for embroidery. And then I sewed this out, and then here's the back. Okay, and that was about 2.0, and that's looks a lot more decent, doesn't it? And then my last sew out as my experiment, and I always use a topper. I use a topper, it helps. But see, I sewed that out on it. Now look at the back. That's much better, isn't it? And that was at 1.5 with my adjusted bobbin case. So this is a beautiful machine. I really like the app. Another thing I want to warn you on is on the app, before you buy one or purchase one, if you're going to use an Android, go online and try to download the app. If the app does not show up when you try to download it, and it's the brown app with the white bird, if the blue app shows up, it's the wrong one for the Sparrow X2. So if the brown app does not show up, it's because your Android is not written in the language that this app is written in, and it won't download it. It just won't even show it to you to download it. So if you are going to use an Android, you should check first to see if you can even get the app. It takes the new code, and even though you might have a brand new Android, it could have been a brand new Android that's been on the shelf written with the old code. And so if it doesn't have the new code, you won't have any luck trying to get the app, and you'll have issue. You just won't be able to run it. So far, I found on any of the Apple products, the app works beautiful. It's an awesome app, and you can't beat the price of these units. And as long as you know this little trick on the tensions, you will not have any issues. Okay, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to share and subscribe to our channel.